So I finally take this a CPA's class, tax planning. So how's that business thing you're doing? Ha ha ha. I said, I make $120,000 this year. He says, you did what? I said, I made $120,000 this year. He says, Matt, I've been a CPA for 20 years. I'm an adjunct professor here at DePaul. I'm making $95,000 a year. He says, well, are you going to stay in school? Are you telling me to drop out? He says, well, I'm not telling you that either, but if the shoe fits, you're going to school to make a lot of money. I think you're doing that without the degree, without the certification. So today, I just want to let you know I'm very proud of owning and earning a PhD, public high school diploma. And I learned through doing it, not through school, I learned through doing it, I learned entrepreneurship. And that allowed me to get an MBA. Massive bank account. I know, it's pretty corny, right? Marketing director here in Naperville. It's his grand opening, man, on Wall Street. There you go. Today, we are celebrating the grand opening of our Naperville office with Javier Hernandez and LLizette Garcia at literally 1560 Wall Street. We're on Wall Street, baby. We're gonna do it. Javier Hernandez came to me in 2012 when he was still a full-time employee as a senior accountant at Blue Cross Blue Shield. Was unhappy about being an employee, even though he maxed out his compensation and salary for his job description within the company. Okay. So he was already venturing into financial services. He's already venturing into business and entrepreneurship. Look at this. And when we found him, he was already working with Transamerica and World Financial Group. He says, Matt, I really need leadership. I really need culture. I really need an environment for me to grow and succeed. And I feel like I'm being stifled right now for some reason. And next thing you know, he starts working with us. He starts growing. He starts exploding. He fires his boss, goes in entrepreneurship full time, and here we go. Brand new office in Naperville, Illinois. LLizette used to be the daycare provider for JoJo.
For my son.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah.
We really are good at, we want to find talent. Like we're always looking for the right person.
But she was asking, she goes, you left your job. What's wrong with you? You're making like really good money. When I had met LLizette, I was dating my then girlfriend, Sheena, and she was the daycare provider for our son, JoJo. She was building a nice friendship, nice rapport with Sheena, and she respected Sheena for what she was doing. And then when she and I started dating, and then Sheena left a $160,000 a year corporate sales job and worked together with me as an entrepreneur in business together with me. And she says, what are you doing leaving a $160,000 a year job as a single mom? And next thing you know, Sheena invites her out to a Women, Wine, and Wealth event, and they start having a conversation at a much deeper level. And LLizette says, you know what? I've been at banks before. I've been now working at a daycare. I want something more for my family. I'm a single mom too as well. And next thing you know, she comes into our office, she gets licensed, she goes under our mentorship, she goes under our system, and next thing you know, 3.5, 4 years later, she's got her own office right now, alongside her boyfriend, Javier Hernandez, in Naperville, Illinois. And next thing you know, 3.5, 4 years later, she's working full-time alongside Javier Hernandez, opening up their own office in Naperville, Illinois, and she went from wiping ass to kicking ass.
Just like he said, I was a finance degree, and then I was 10 years on the corporate side. Then I ran into my husband, and at that moment, I would always pay attention to this, because for me, my life in corporate world was, you gotta answer this email no matter what time it is. You could be cooking for your son, you could be cleaning or doing whatever, or handling an emergency, or you need to take your son to the doctor's office, but you will answer this email. And I didn't like that.
After the grand opening, there was a brief meeting with some of the leadership inside that office who are also aspiring entrepreneurs. And just like Javier and LLizette before, they're under their wing now. They're just teaching them what they learned from us, which is an awesome evolution. And we just want to make sure that as they're opening up a brand new office, there are some areas of improvement they can have to create a better environment, to create a better team culture, and to allow new aspiring entrepreneurs themselves to grow and foster their own dreams as well. And so a lot of the top guys were meeting with us, food, drinks, but at the same time, it was down to business.
I think as far as like in terms of guests, maybe we could have like been more like strict on like timing and getting here, because you know we can't control people, but people were coming in like 20 minutes late and getting up and answering their phones and being loud. So I think we could have made it more like to give you guys your respect because you're taking time out of your day, like made it seem more than what it was, because I was like I didn't want you guys to think that we couldn't control the crowd, you know. So I felt like it was a little uncontrolled.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of movies, especially when you guys are speaking disrespectful.
It would have been a better turnout because I couldn't call everyone.
And me speaking afterwards, do you wish that certain people saw that? More people that weren't here saw that?
What goes in my head in FaceTime is 2 to 3 minutes. So 2 to 3 minutes with any guest, and then rotate. So, because as she was talking to Sheena, I was using my peripheral vision. I'm like, okay, there's Gabe, there's Jose, Priscilla. Who are they talking to? That's right. And then there's Nana. When are they gonna bring their guest over? Because what happens is the connection, and next week is gonna be your MDs or whoever's doing the BOM next week. The connection with the speaker to the group is such an important thing, right? So therefore, I'm not a complete stranger when I'm doing the BOM. If you're looking at your BOM, this, by the way, the office is a perfect rectangle. If I was a camera looking from up top, there's just a constant flow. Right? Patrick comes here, it's constant flow. Constant flow. Just moving people around, right? Everybody's got to meet the guest speaker. Everybody's got to meet the guest. Because if you hype this up as being the guest speaker, then you got to meet the guest speaker. So the same thing happens for your next BOM. Tuesday BOM, you got to meet the guest speaker. It's Priscilla Land.
Great.
Priscilla Land comes from a background in mortgages. You know what happened during the real estate crisis? Blah, blah, blah. And that's why she's here. She's building a business here with her and her husband. Tom's here too as well. Tom's one of those crazy guys that wants to meet Matt in Miami. Right?
And it's kind of like we call it FaceTime game time. To me, that's sometimes even, that sets the tone for the BOM. So what's the goal of FaceTime? Number one, to tease them. That's why having a 5 to 10 minute conversation with the guest is a big no-no, okay? I don't need to know everything about them, and they don't need to know everything about me. I just need to find one thing to connect with them, and then done. Also with you guys, with the new office, we're gonna start drawing, especially with the announcement that happens on Friday night, which I can't tell you.
I thought that's what we qualified for.
But there's going to be a major announcement, and so if it's not happening already, it's going to happen after convention. But you're going to have your competitors coming in here. Primerica, World Financial Group, other financial companies, checking out PHP. I can tell you this, it's a partnership. That's what the announcement's about. So everybody's going to be sniffing around what this is all about. And so your competitors are going to be here, your haters are going to be here. Okay, and you said, well, what are we doing to attract these people? It's competition. You guys are a new office. It's a very visible name, Wall Street. PHP's on Wall Street. By the way, I'd be playing that. You guys do live video throughout the week. You do social media updates. You should be playing that up. What's up? My name is Jose Hernandez. An office on Wall Street, baby. Dreams without goals are just dreams. And when we put people in an environment where we can quantify what their goals are and put practicality and how-tos together to help them accomplish those goals and to see them achieve those goals, well, isn't that what entrepreneurship is all about? When we see people going from nowhere to somewhere, when we see people go from scratch to success, when people see the upside and the downside of the life, that's what jacks me up every day. That's what brings out my A game. And I'm happy to see that continue to grow, not in our Oak Brook office, but now in a new Naperville office as well. Oh, it's Lorenzo.
Brown, I understand. He thought you were Rudy because he sees you in the background and you're brown. That's Uncle Lorenzo.
During this grand opening, I got wind of a Marine that was interested in entrepreneurship, but particularly in real estate investing. He was a Marine. His brother was an active duty Marine too as well. And so now they're in the civilian world. Now they're in corporate America. One's in a warehouse, one's in a medical facility, but they want something more out of life. No matter how educated they got, no matter what Illinois Veterans Grant or GI Bill supported them to get to college to get a degree, what they were still lacking is higher income, more income to raise kids, to raise their family, to have that financial latitude. And I'm always more than excited to sit down with a Marine, to talk to them about my business experience, and I'm very easily bribed with a cigar.
I think I have one too, so.
To honor this conversation, I gotta
Those are neat.
I do the honor edition from CAO. Yeah, boy.
Okay,
Cool.
thank you.
Awesome. Cutters and
Cutter and lighter.
oh, right here to the
Right
left.
there.
Gotcha. Right here. This is the cutter station. The average agent in our field is a 60-year-old male, 60-year-old Caucasian male, right? And so there just needs to be more younger, multicultural diversity in our. Why? Because, you know, the arguments today is the Latino community even a minority community anymore? It's a major. I mean, you got Rubio, right, going for president. Who's the other guy from New York? All the way down to the primaries against Trump. What's his name again? His wife works for Goldman Sachs. Yeah, Cruz. Yeah, Cruz. Exactly. So these names are like Johnson. They're so right. So there just needs to be more of that. And then I've been in the industry now for 19 years. There's no diversity. Remember I was talking about financial planning coming into it? That's the reason why. It's not introduced.
Why do you think that is?
They're,
Lack of knowledge? Scared?
I think for the most part, the best way I can describe is I took my high school business teacher out to lunch because I give him a lot of credit because he exposed entrepreneurship to me in high school. I'm looking back at it, what made you want to consider entrepreneurship? It was my high school business teacher. He's Italian. He owned a pizza place called Michael Anthony's. And the reason why I paid attention to his course while I was in school during that semester is because not only was he teaching entrepreneurship, but he was an entrepreneur. He was leading by example. And so I said, so why'd you have us read the book from Lee Iacocca and how he turned around Chrysler? Because he said, listen, I know your fathers were blue-collar workers. Well, I'm not sure exactly if I got through to them. The best part of it was the connection. The best part of it was the continued brotherhood from the military into the civilian world and that inherent trust of being part of the biggest fraternity in the world, which is the United States Marine Corps. And part of that conversation was, hey brother, listen, if you're gonna get involved in real estate, I want you to know the pros and the cons. I want you to know the capital, the contacts, the cash flow you've got to generate to make this worthwhile. The pros and cons of those two things, I think I got through to him. And at the end, we're still friends. In the end, we still have trust. And in the end, I'm a phone call away from helping them get into one of the biggest decisions in their life, which is becoming financially free.